soundbite. Jameson Daigle Show is full of sound bites today. I want to kind of play you guys to what guys had to say about possible hires. What Orgeron had to say, and what guys in the broadcasting world, in the journalism world, had to say as well. Former player Marcus Spears. So we just wanted to do a little fun, give a little sound bites, because I'm sure y'all probably are like, hey, we hear Jameson all the time. That's cool. Let's hear some other guys talk about what they want to talk about. So that's what I wanted to do for you guys today. So this is what we're going to play for you guys in a second here. What Jimbo had to say about the LSU job. Now, if you guys have been watching, Saban spoke about what he thought about the situation and that he didn't like it, but that's the times we're in, yada, yada, yada. But here is what a potential head coach had to say about the situation.
Remarkable things that Nick Saban did or has done in his career. To me, he fixed LSU first. And I said because that's as remarkable as anything, because for a number of years they were a sleeping giant.
This isn't Jimbo.
Anywhere close to
this is Reese Davis.
Nor were they consistent, and it derailed many a coaching career through the years trying to get LSU right. Les did a really good job of keeping LSU right for a long time. Now, you've got the inherent advantage of having no in-state opposition in terms of recruiting, and that is extraordinarily beneficial. And that and the fact that LSU is a great place to live, coach, play football, all of that, makes it a great job. But history says that prior to Saban's arrival, it has not always been an easy job. And certainly when you look at Les's difficulties at times during his decade plus there, all good jobs are tough places. It's tough anywhere to keep it winning, but I think history shows that it's been particularly difficult to keep it at that level at LSU. And I'm not suggesting for 1 second it's not an elite job. It certainly is. But prior to Saban's arrival in 2000, I'm not sure anybody looked at that in any way other than to say, wow, how come they don't win more? But since that time and through Les's tenure there, they've been able to keep it at a very high level during that time. And it'll be tough on the next guy to continue to win at the level that Les has.
Now, Reese made a good point, and it's like I said, it's a tough act to follow. There's no question about it. It's still a top job, but it's something that maybe a situation where it is a tough act to follow with the job that Les did on a consistent basis. Yes, he didn't get him in the championships. But he won. It's a very tough act to follow. Now, Jimbo, what he had to say was that when asked about if he's had any contact, Jimbo said, I'm not talking about LSU. No, I have not had contact, and I'm not talking about it. We're talking about North Carolina. So, obviously, look, I didn't have any, there wasn't any kind of major news. But Jimbo's going to deflect it, obviously, right now. But I think deep down inside, he has a passion for LSU. He's a respectful coach. I mean, he made comments that were respectful to his team, were respectful to the current coaches at LSU. And Fisher just put it point blank. I'm coaching football. Don't talk anything. Don't do anything. Don't accept anything. Yes, he realizes that he's going to draw interest, but right now, it's not going to happen. Jimbo Fisher has been 71-15 at Florida State, including a national title. He's definitely an attractive coach, and LSU will definitely go after him, no doubt. And I love Jimbo. I think he'd be great. I think LSU made a mistake 12 years ago before hiring Miles. If they should have given the job to Jimbo, Saban's system would have remained in place, and Jimbo would have built on that. And I believe Jimbo would have gotten LSU a few national championships. I think he's a better coach. He injects energy, which is important to these players. I think Jimbo as well as Tom Herman are LSU's top two. But one I hope they do not, which is a not good fit. He's a good offensive coordinator, but he's a terrible head coach, is Lane Kiffin. I see his name being brought up, and that scares me. That's the worst thing LSU could do, is go after Kiffin. So, as far as the fits, I think Fisher's a good fit because of his LSU background, and he's such a great coach. Tom Herman, I believe, would be a good fit for LSU's offense. Defense, we'd have to see. Hopefully Herman, if he would come to LSU, would maintain that defensive staff. Because LSU's got a good coaching on defense. He would definitely bring some exciting offensive schemes and some offensive genius to this game, as he was under Urban Meyer at Ohio State. The guy knows how to coach. The guy knows how to run an offense. The guy knows how to call plays. It's definitely a good fit, I believe, and it's definitely a good move for them to take a look at Tom Herman. So there's some other names that have surfaced. David Shaw at Stanford. I don't know if he'd be a good fit here. My top two would definitely go in this order: Jimbo, Tom Herman. LSU would be in good hands with either one. So I think LSU has a plan. They're going to go after these guys. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting, and whoever they name after the season, I believe is going to be a good candidate. Now, one thing Tom Herman did say, and then one thing he didn't say, that Jimbo Fisher, Bobby Petrino said, everybody was asked, is Herman just said, nobody has contacted me. He didn't say he wasn't interested. That is I haven't been contacted. We'll see what happens. But he didn't say, I'm not interested. He wasn't adamant about, I'm not interested at the LSU job. I'm just coaching at Houston football. He just said, nobody has contacted me. So we will see, guys. We will see. Now, what I'm going to do is I wanted to kind of play some press conferences, some sound bites, and really kind of hone in today on who's possible replacements, in my opinions, on the Les Miles firing, what's coming for LSU. Now, tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to get to the college football previews this week. Big time games. I'm going to wrap up a few games in the SEC, including Florida's debacle on Saturday. Wow. And we're going to preview LSU, Missouri. We're going to talk the big games, which is Washington and Stanford. Tennessee, Georgia in the SEC will be a good one. But the big one that I'm going to preview, Louisville and Clemson. Now, before I go, what I want to do is I want to give you my top four that I do every week, and it's changed, of my college football playoff, who would be in it, and what would be the seeds if it started today. This week, I'm going Alabama 1, Ohio State 2, Louisville 3. Clemson 4. I have Michigan right there at like a 4B situation, only because they haven't played anybody. Not that I think Clemson's that much better, but Clemson's played a little bit better competition than Michigan has. Michigan's got a big one. That's another game I'm going to preview tomorrow. Michigan, Wisconsin. We've got another separation Saturday. It's exciting, guys. This is a great, great time of year, isn't it? God, I know you guys are excited. And this is great stuff. Early on, this is just fantastic. Just storylines, headlines, games. Man, isn't it? It's just so exciting to know now going through the end of the season. We've got week after week, guys. Fantastic games. Excitement galore throughout the nation with college football. Every single week. So I can't wait for Stanford, Washington. I can't wait for Louisville, Clemson. I'm looking forward to the Tennessee, Georgia game. And I'm going to give you my pick 6 on Friday. And I'm going to give you my breakdowns. And I'm looking forward to, Michigan, Wisconsin. It's going to be great, great football. Now, this last segment, the last 5 minutes, I'm just going to go ahead and real quick talk about the Saints game. That was one of the worst displays that I've ever seen on a football team. Offense, again, fantastic. However, the offense made a mistake. Breeze threw a huge interception. 90-yard run back. He doesn't make that play. It's 39-32, and the Saints have the ball at the end. It's not a 2-score game. But it's the way football is. Saints put themselves in that situation. Some changes need to be made. Saints fans can't deal with this defense not being able to stop a peewee football team. It's hard to watch. And I've heard people say, I'm done with the Saints. That's horrible. Talk about something new needs to happen. But guys, look, it's like I had said about a couple weeks ago when Drew Brees signed his new deal. Tom Benson is not concerned with winning first. He's concerned with making money first in whatever way he has to do. And he knows if he were to get a good defensive scheme, if he were to get a good defensive coach, they would win constantly every year. He was quoted as saying the money's in the underdog. The money's not in the 12 or 13 win teams. So he's not going to try to improve a weakness. He's interested in making money. That's my opinion. If he was, changes would be made. It's frustrating. You can hear in my voice I'm frustrated. I love the Saints. I love them. I have a passion for the Saints, and I'm just getting sick and tired of these 8-8, and this may be a real bad season. I mean, the offense is second to none. Fantastic. But we're not going to win games without defense, as you saw last night. Defense needs a complete revamping. One stat I heard that's ridiculous is that the Saints only have 19 draft picks left in the last 5 or 6 years. That means they're just not drafting talented players. Either that or they're going somewhere else and making themselves better careers. So that just tells you that management, coaching staff is the problem. It needs to be a rehaul, guys. Need to start over. We get excited, but this product on the field makes us unexcited really fast. Saints have been in every game. This game last night, they